Okay, now so let's start working on all the functions. So all functions, so the very first function we'll be talking about is the one that has to do with loading the Quran. So loading the Quran. Okay, so I'm going to be calling a function name, so by saying function, then I'll give it a name, load Quran. So load Quran, then as a function you have to open a parenthesis. So the parameter there will be index number. Remember, we have declared a variable index number before now. So can you say, so we said our index number should be 0. We have declared Quran too before, so there are many variables, so you need to take note of this timer, autoplay, playing Quran, and then the Quran. Okay, so let's continue. Any error? Chapters. I want to check what this error is all about. Problem expected TSR. No quick fixes available. I can't find any error for now, but I'll still look out for that. So this red underlined thing means this sign means there is an error somewhere. I'm going to look into that later, inshallah. So let's continue. So now we said we need to load a function called load Quran. So a function called load Quran, then the parameter will be the index number. So having done this, I'm going to be opening my code block. So inside the code block, we are dealing with audio MP3. So clear interval. So another function. Clear interval. Then I will let it to be timer. So it should be timer. Then we move on, and then reset slider. We talk about reset slider. What is this one doing here? Okay. Alright. Then we set slider. Are you not bringing it? Okay, reset slider underscore. Reset underscore slider. So reset slider, and then it's a function too, so you need to open a parenthesis for it. So I've declared 3 things now. Alright, so my function in total So the very first thing is we want to talk about the source of the Quran. We have said the Quran should create an element audio. So we want to select source for the Quran. Quran dot source. Then it's going to be equal to all what we declared here, all chapters. So all chapters, then paths. So so then dot pass. Then after the source, we're going to talk about the title. So where do you want the title from? In our inner HTML, title.inner HTML. So it's a property inside our HTML. So and we're going to let that one be name. All chapters index number now dot name. So meaning that the title should come from this name. So if it is plain number, our very first thing inside the array, the first element in array, so the title should come from this name, which is Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay, I even want to change this. I don't need to. Okay, I've written it up before, so I'll just leave it like that. Dot name. Then after that, I'm going to be talking about the. So I just talked about title. Then I'll be talking about the Quran pick source. Where we wanted to pick its source from. Quran pick dot source is, am I right? Yes. And this is equal to whole chapter, still the same thing. Let me just copy this whole chapter bit. So all chapter, but this time around it will be dot. It won't be dot name again, so it's going to be dot img. Let me check. Okay, it is img. So and the last thing is the reciter from the inner HTML. Reciter dot inner HTML is going to give us all chapters dot reciter. Okay, instead of this name, so let me just change the reciter value. Let me change it from reciter from the name of the reciter to numbers. So let this one be 1. This is what is going to work with the what is going to be showing to us. So and this one too, so save reciter 2. Okay, so having declared this, so this is for how to load the Quran. Then after all this, I'm going to be saying Quran.load. So Quran.load, then it's still a function as well. And then we come down and then talk about timer. So our timer now will be equal to set interval it seems we have talked about timer in one of our projects before. Okay, when we're talking about sliders too. So set interval, then you open your parenthesis, and then we pick range slider underscore. So range slider, then we will pick 1000 millisecond. Then the next is to go to the total. Remember, we have all of this. Let me check. Okay, total. This timer. These are variables we have declared here. So we have declared the timer. What is it? The total, the reciter, and Qur'an peaks, and all of them. This is where we declared the timer. So these are variables we have declared before. So we are now trying to it is now that we are coding what we actually want to happen to them in HTML. And we'll say this should give us index number. We're going to be doing kind of iteration here. So plus 1, number plus 1 plus 1. All right, so now all these are code. We haven't passed any argument for this our load Qur'an. I get now for this function. So, and we need to do that. So that is the next thing we'll be doing after outside this code block now. So we'll just call the function again, and that is load Qur'an. Then we let it index. So we just passed in an argument now. So saving this and then coming to check, you're not going to be, because we have not declared if it is to play or something. This is just working with issue of loading, and then so what you just declared now has to do with loading. So when it loads, where should it pick its source from, where should it pick it so things from. So, and that's what we just did. All right, see you in just a moment.